Morning, everyone. It's 8:37 on Thursday, the 17th, and this is your pre-opening call. It's video number 814, and as usual, I remind you to please hit that subscribe button. It takes a lot of work to put all this together, and I'd really appreciate it. Okay, so it's Thursday, so it's claims day. Initial jobless claims, 412,000. That's up 37,000. A little bigger than expected. People were expecting it to go a little further into the sub 400 level, but not only was this week up 37,000, but last week was adjusted higher. Continuing claims, 3,518,000. That was literally just 1,000 higher, but it too had been revised up last week. Philly Fed number was 30.7. Expectations were for 31. Last month was the all-time high in the index at 52. So that's come down a bit, but I wouldn't expect it to have too much influence on the market. In earnings, Lennar beat both top and bottom line. Guidance was okay, but the stock has come up so dramatically over the last 12 months. It's trading 92.5, and that's up just 63 cents. Kroger also beat both top and bottom. It had closed at 37.55, traded as high as 38.60. Last is 37.80, which is up just a quarter. Very volatile. As I mentioned last night, Aon's deal to buy Willis Towers Watson, the number 1 and 2 insurance agencies, is being, the Department of Justice is suing to stop it, calling it anti-competitive in several markets. The company says this just shows that the Justice Department doesn't understand the business and the business segments that we're in. Nonetheless, Aon is down pretty much exactly in line with last night after the announcement came out, 244 down 782. Willis Towers, though, is 238. It was around 242. And right now, like I said, 238 down 16. Aon was the acquirer, and the deal was somewhere between 30 and 35 billion. CureVac, foreign vaccine maker, 47% efficacy versus what everybody else has been doing in the 85 to 95% efficacy for their vaccines. The stock closed 94.79, down 341 before the news. Traded as low as 36. Last is 51, down 46 and change. So down about 45%. Royal Carib, I mentioned last night. The stock isn't really doing anything. It's down 50 cents, but this is just another black eye for the cruise industry. Maiden voyage of their newest ship, Odyssey of the Sea, postponed until next month because 8 crew members tested positive for COVID, and 1,400 crew members on the ship now have to be quarantined for a minimum of 2 weeks, assuming no further infection. And Nanonox, NNOX, this is a company that does x-rays and imaging, and the stock closed 27.98 yesterday, down 27 cents. They came out with an announcement overnight that they have filed an FDA 510, which is for approval for their product to be used. Evidently, it is much lower cost, much more mobile, and produces 3D images The stock has a range this year of 95 to 19. It's only been around this year, was an IPO earlier. And the high for the day so far, 33.79, and the last 31.80, up 382 or 13%. So pretty nice move there. LEI comes out at 10 a.m., as does the nat gas inventories. As far as the futures go, last night the futures were down almost 200 in the Dow. Right now they're down about half that, and in fact, around 8 o'clock, they were down less than 50. So the futures have come in a bit, and not really much action after those claims numbers. So Dow down 119, NASDAQ down about 60. The 10-year is up a little, so yield is down back to 156. Oil is down. Bitcoin is slightly lower. The S&P is down about 17. The chart on the screen is the gold. If you get my work, you would have seen last night that I didn't make a comment on the gold because pricing was wrong. They have it closing all the way up here at 1861.40, which clearly is not where it closed. I think it was closer to 1820. That might have been, I mentioned last night, that might have been the close of the open outcry market. But it trades, as you know, trades an electronic session up until 5:30, and then reopens at around 6 o'clock. And it had reopened, and it was up in this 1818 area, and they were showing it down about $70. Right now, it is in fact down towards the low. Last on it is 1783.80 with a low of 1776. This breaks all of the moving averages and is a lower high than this little double top that we had before we broke from the 1960 area all the way down to the contract lows down here at 1673. We're in an area of relative support, even though, as you can see, we broke. We had the 5-day go through the 20-day. It's approaching the 100-day. Price has come through the 50 and the 100-day on the downside, but this is still general support. And if you look at most of these serious 3 and 4-day breaks, they have always turned out to be buying opportunities. I need to watch it for a little while and see what it looks like during the day, but I think that a small position, maybe a half position in the GLD calls might be an okay trade. Again, this low at 1754 looks awfully close when you consider that in 2.5 days we've gone from 1906 to 1776. So we'll have to watch that during the day. Oil is down a little bit, got as high as 73 or 72.99 yesterday, currently trading 71.82. The nat gas is down again. This is another one that I have a long-term view that's very bullish. We got out of the calls in this area around 3:30. We're back to 321. If we get anywhere near 315, 318, which is both the trend line, the rising 20-day moving average, and all the other averages are still moving higher, I would go back into this position. All right, everyone. It's going to be an interesting day. Be careful out there. I remind you, we still have half a position in Star Bulb. We sold the first half of it yesterday at up 100%. And so, but we still have half that position, and the stock this morning is in the 2440, pardon me, not 2443, 2436. It's down a penny, but after being up over $2 yesterday, that's not much of a pullback. All right, everyone, be careful out there, and don't forget LEI and Nat Gas at 10 a.m.